Go Squad TV. Good morning, y'all. I figured I'd touch on something from a sports perspective because, I thought it was an interesting subject to have. The Houston Texans have won the last few games, and Deshaun Watson's been on fire. Romeo Crennel, former Patriots assistant, former Giants assistant, former Browns head coach, once led the Browns to 10-6, even though they didn't make the playoffs due to tiebreaker situation. It's got them back pretty much rolling where they need to be. Mind you, they're 4-7, but they're better than being 2-7. Um, they can win the next few games. They're winnable games. They're a talented team, despite what their former coach decided to go and do on his ego trip. Now, that said, let's talk about Bill O'Brien. Let me run Bill O'Brien's resume down. As far as I know, so I'm not going to say and act like I know his whole resume, but I know he definitely came from the Belichick system. He was the quarterback's coach behind McDaniels for a while in New England, and then ended up becoming the offensive coordinator when McDaniels went to Denver. Now, as a Patriots fan, I'm not going to lie to you. I remember when Bill O'Brien pretty much ran our offense, I hated it. It was too predictable. It was way too predictable. And, we pretty much was either run, pass, pass. Run, pass, pass. Run, pass, pass. There was really nothing to our offense. Now, with that said, he goes to Penn State right after the whole paternal situation, and I can't really put that too much on him. Spent 2.5, 3 years there, got them to being okay. Wasn't a great resume, but he finds himself back in the NFL with the Texans. Guess his team did the playoffs a few times, but for some strange reason, he could never get a grasp of the quarterback position before Deshaun Watson. They ended up getting rid of Brandon Schwab when he got there. And he put Brian Hoyer there. Hoyer had an okay little while. TJ Yates, you know what I mean? Like, they okay, but they're not starting caliber quarterbacks. That said, he finally gets Deshaun Watson in 2017. They get to the playoffs 2 out of the 3 years he's been there. Yeah, that 1 year he was hurt, I believe. That was his rookie year. And he put in a masterful numbers before getting hurt. Now, that said, Bill O'Brien problem was never so much anything else but his ego. I will never forget him arguing with Tom Brady on the sideline against Washington in that game we won in Washington the year we went to the Super Bowl. That's also the year right before the Super Bowl, McDaniels got let go by the Rams as an offensive coordinator. And he comes back to New England, and Bill pretty much had to call his last game right before the Super Bowl. Bill O'Brien ended up getting a job in Penn State. Bill O'Brien's problem is he always wanted to be Bill Belichick. Problem is he didn't have the qualifications to be Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's just one of a kind, all around coach, not just a quarterbacks coach. He was never even that. He's an all around coach. Defense, offense, you name it, Bill Belichick know it. I don't even have to explain Bill Belichick's resume. The idea that Bill O'Brien tried to go in that building with his ego and start changing things up, the way he was trying to change things up and and alienate the players almost to the point when he became general manager, which I don't understand for the life of me, how he became general manager. He ends up getting the general manager job, gets rid of DeAndre Hopkins, D Hop, gets a running back, which running backs. As much as I love running backs, their shelf life is very short these days. Gets Johnson. Johnson hasn't been good in 2 years. Don't know where that trade was even worth it. Pretty much alienates the locker room and gets fired. Finally, 3-4 games in, I believe he was 0-4. Is Bill O'Brien the reason why the Texans never went any further than what they should have? He also was the same dude that had a 24-point lead on the Chiefs and blew it and got blown out. You know what I mean? He didn't just blow it. He got blew out. Like the Texans were never even in that game after the Chiefs caught up. Do you see Bill O'Brien ever getting another coaching job again in the NFL? If any team or front office is dumb enough to give him a coaching job, considering what you see the Texans doing now, even if they don't make the playoffs, they'll be respectable. His confrontation apparently with J.J. Watt was the final straw. The team looks like they're enjoying themselves again. They look like they're really doing things that they're supposed to do. Bill O'Brien. What are your thoughts on Bill O'Brien? Let me know in the comment section down below. Gold Squad TV. I'm out.